Welcome back to this hobby of ours. I'm still hanging out with my bro, Ro City. How are you, sir?
Hanging in there, and pleasure to be here. Thank you.
I know we're getting a lot of juice out of the orange on this trip. This is awesome. So in today's episode, we are going to do the perfect 4-watch collection. As you know, the internet and everyone and their mom thinks that the perfect collection is 3 watches, and I need to squeeze a 4th one in because I believe in the perfect 4-watch collection. So to kick it off, the generally accepted best, if you will, is Rolex Submariner, JLC Reverso, Omega Speedmaster. And I have to say, that is a pretty solid 3-watch collection. It's hard to beat that. I mean, those are all 3 of those are super duper classic timeless watches. And I think all of them would indeed be perfect, near perfect 1 watches.
Sure. Yeah,
1 watch collection.
I agree with you, yeah.
Potentially. So, but we're going to run through Ro's perfect 4-watch collection, and let's kick to it. Let's kick it off with your first one, brother.
Sure. The first one is one I'm, happy to have after a long journey of many years. It's the Rolex Explorer 2 Polar.
Yep.
So that's my white dial. That's the first one. Yeah.
It's too bad you don't have it with you today.
Oh.
We could put it up on screen. Oh, there it is. I am not wearing a watch at the moment. I was trying on the Explorer. But isn't it satisfying to have a watch that you admire and chase down? Because you chased that one down for a while.
I chased it for a long time. I had the one with the black dial, which was gorgeous too. I love the touch of red on the black. This is in red, right? Not in orange. I can never tell.
No, that edition, that 5-digit is red.
Those are red. So the red and white look lovely. The red and black look lovely as well. But I think I like the white a tad more.
It's so funny because usually it's the black dial variants of a watch that are more, but this one, the Polar is. I toyed with the idea of getting the 40 millimeter like you've got, but in the black, and swapping out the GMT hand to be the orange hand that I desire from the 1655.
I know you don't want a Rolex. please.
No, people want. Hey, it's my watch, my fun. I'll do whatever I want.
Still,
No, I would save the other hand.
I know. Okay, you can always
save it.
Put it back, right? It's like.
But the thing is, the orange hand that you could get as a part from the other Rolex, like the 42, it's too big. Because I researched on a forum, someone did it, but they had to chop part of the tip off. It didn't look that good.
You don't know. That's very, just digressing a bit of a funny story. I remember I was at a dealer's and trying like GMTs on, and I was like, if I get a GMT, I would, it would be cool to like get the Pepsi one. And he was like, well, the you can just put the insert. It's $100 extra. He said, like, you can buy 3 inserts. Take this. There are 3 inserts. They're $100 extra each, and just keep switching them out. And I was like,
you know what? Adrian Barker. I love his channel.
Sorry.
It's okay. One of his earliest videos. He has. I think he still has it. He has a Kermit, and he actually popped out the insert and put in an aftermarket one so that he wouldn't get it damaged.
Makes sense, yeah.
Because he wanted to wear the watch.
Yeah.
Now this was before the Kermit went, turbo, running Mach 5, rolling like we're platinum. And that's smart. I don't know though. I guess it depends on how good the aftermarket insert is. Plus,
but it also, it's what you're comfortable with, right? I didn't know that there's a whole bunch of people who, again, a friend of mine at Nadies told me this. That there are people who just they buy watches and then they'll sell them back, but they never actually wear them. Like there are literally people who she's telling you that you actually wear your watches, which is good, and then trade them back or sell them.
Odd.
Yeah, I can see some reasons for it. There was one fascinating piece by a guy who collects vintage watches, and he said that when he got a watch, it was new old stock. It had the sticker on the back.
Okay.
He said, I could not get myself to wear it. Like he said, I just could not get myself to take that sticker off.
Well,
I could not get myself to wear it. It stayed in the safe. And he said, finally, like it was agony. Like the guy had to sell it.
Well, if anything, if you're going to do that, then you're making a very different type of purchase, which is okay.
Yeah.
Like if you're buying as an asset class to build a store of value,
right.
Perfectly fine. I myself have a handful of watches and the sticker is still on the back.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
They're not expensive watches.
Well, I had a sticker on the Speedy, the white Speedy Schumacher that I sold recently. And again, that's a watch. It's a beautiful watch. But
Why didn't you sell it to me again?
Negotiating hard. Like
I was cheap.
like I was negotiating with about your Porsche design, which you
back in the day.
Yeah.
No, it is funny. The thing is this, and I learned it from a buddy of mine years ago who was selling a guitar that was a very expensive guitar to a friend of his for a very cheap price because that's what he paid it for. So you don't need to make money off of your friends.
Right.
So and I've taken that to heart. So Rose City and I we've done a couple watch deals where I've either procured for him or whatnot. And I pass it through to him at cost. I do the same with my other buddies. Find me on eBay though, and you won't be getting as steep a discount because I do try to make money on my flips. Or
why not?
I mean, I'm not flipping
Rolexes.
I think flipping is becoming a negative term.
Well, no,
buy low, sell high. What is the secret?
Yeah.
Right? It's as simple as that. All right, let's get back on track.
Yeah.
I took us off track. All right, you're number 2.
A Speedmaster and a black dial Speedmaster. I've almost always had, I've had like
3 or 4?
3 or 4 Speedies over the years, and there's always been a Speedy in the stable. 1 or 2 I regret letting go, but
which ones do you regret letting go?
Well, the one that I got from you, which is the 3950?
Yeah. I forgot that I sold that to you.
Yeah, is it 3590 or 3950? I forget.
I'll pop up the reference, but it's the Speedy
It's the
reduced 2.
It's the reduced 2.
It's the one where the dial looks like, I regret
it's cleaner. It doesn't
selling
have
it.
the numbers.
Yeah, it doesn't have the numbers track. It looks like a baby
it was
watch.
And you know what? It was at an incredible price. I mean, for a minute, for a hot minute, a Japanese seller, not closer, but another Japanese seller was selling it literally for a hot minute, and then it was gone the next day. I think but I still, I almost got it, but because I've had it before.
I forget, why did you sell it?
I traded it in for, I think, another Speedy.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, among other things.
You're always crafting these AD deals. You crack me up, dude.
Yeah. No, it was fine. I mean,
I shouldn't have. In truth, I should not have parted with it. I'm glad it went to a friend. I hope you made money when you flipped it. I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah.
But I should not have parted with it. It's because I still hunt them.
Yeah.
And they're...
The 3510s are expensive, which used to be, at that time they were 1200, 1100, you could get some. Yeah. And now those dealers will sell them for 3,000 or even, absurdly higher prices.
Well, the reduced 2s are starting to come back down.
Yeah.
And I'm always... That watch, I'm always looking for it,
and I will keep looking for it
because I have a moon watch, but I'm priced in on it. I got it at a ridiculous price used way before the madness of the market, but I still look for that one, and if I find one, I want to buy it, but I'm not going to pay what they're charging.
Yeah.
I'm just not. Okay, so Speedmaster, you got Speedmaster.
Yeah, but I want a Speedmaster, and I want one which is, the 42 is again, maybe it's a psychological thing. It just seems a little big for me. Now, I've tried the latest iteration of the Speedmaster, which I really like with the recessed dials.
Yeah.
And actually, I really like that on the not the rubber, it's the sort of nylon and rubber cloth, the black strap.
I think I've seen that.
It looks lovely.
Like the Velcro strap?
It's not Velcro. It's not Velcro, but it's not the bracelet, and it's not the rubber. It's the other one. It's really nice. It's almost sailcloth-esque.
Okay.
And I think what's nice is it's slim. It's the Hesselite is slimmer than the Sapphire.
Okay.
And B, the one which comes on the strap, I think is a fraction thinner, just than the bracelet. So
interesting. So it doesn't stand as proud.
It doesn't stand as high because I find that watches that are a little thick, they tend to wobble on my wrist. I just find that maybe it's because of wearing them loose or wearing them tight. I don't know what the deal is. So I've had the black Schumacher reduced also 39 with the red. That's gorgeous too, except that you can't see the registers as clearly as you can see it on the silver version of that.
Yeah, it's because our vision is getting poorer.
The vision is getting poorer, yeah. The silver one was beautiful, but it was almost too beautiful to wear, I feel. So these are very, this is just being a watch nerd.
You still have mad love for the Speedmaster. I respect that. Okay, let's get on to your number 3.
Number 3 is a watch I've seen, I've not tried on. I've tried on and I've owned a JLC before, which again, sometimes I think that was one I
You
let
regret
get away.
selling your sector dials, I recall.
I do, but then again, you were telling me, you said that that's not like a watch that you wear much. And again, it's a beautiful formal watch.
Rose City tends to not wear dress watches because I think by your own admission, you're not in situations where it's called for. But the model that is part of his 4-watch collection is actually the JLC Master Control Moon Phase
beautiful
blue dial.
So
epically gorgeous,
absolutely stunning.
So
I mean,
gorgeous.
it's not a watch that I'm going to own. It's even pre-owned, it's just too much money.
Yeah, it's a lot of weight.
It's a lot, and it's again for someone who wears. I mean, I've worn a blazer twice in the last 7 years, and I've worn a tie 3 times in the last 7 years. Right, and 2 of those were earlier this year when I was in London.
You could wear that JLC with cargo shorts, I think.
Yeah, it would look great. Incongruity, right? But it's stunning. And
You're a man of contrast.
Yeah, why not? Absolutely. But I love the numbers, the silver dials and just the shade of blue. I mean, stunning. And JLC is like, they're watchmakers' watches, right? As they go, they're watch lovers' watches.
I've never seen this particular model until you brought it up.
I've
today
seen
for
a
this
variant
video.
of it. I've seen the one which has. I've seen the Master Control numbers without the date, without the moon phase. I've seen it at an 80s. I haven't tried it on, but I like it more than the other moon. There's a petrol blue moon phase also, which has stick indices. But this. The numbers and all, it's just absolute magic. I mean, it's a beautiful magical watch.
Excellent. All right, I'm eager to get to number 4.
The one that I almost once got at an exorbitant price, but I'm glad I didn't go through with it because the seller wanted a wire and I didn't want to
Such a crazy business. Okay, we're talking about the Heuer Carrera.
Yeah,
7753,
which is very close to the 3647.
Yeah.
The only sort of minor hesitation there is that it's 36 mm, which is it's actually, it might even be 35.3, 35.8,
and
something
they
like
don't wear large.
They don't wear large, and there was an unbranded sort of variant of this, which was a pre Carrera, which Vintage Heuer, the website was selling for years ago for 2,400 or 500, which was still a lot of money. I think it was too much. And again, I just couldn't get myself to spend that because, I think the same watches were sold for Sears, Tradition,
Well, it's like they did license
them
there are
to-
a lot. Well, there was a handful. I mean, Heuer was widely known for licensing out designs and so forth.
Yeah.
That's don't get me started in the Heuer Pasadena.
Yeah.
Porsche design copy. But this watch is something that you and I were hunting together for a while.
We
on
were,
this
yeah.
piece.
And
I ended up getting. I feel bad I didn't bring it, but I picked up a Leonidas.
Right, which is also Leonidas Heuer, double branded.
The bridge is double branded, but the dial is just Leonidas. But it has the rectangular pushers instead of the circular ones, and I like it a little bit less because of it, even though from a design perspective it is certainly a little more appealing.
Right.
But the pump pusher style is just what I'm used to, so I still hunt for that watch. But the one I got is in such pristine condition. Most of the ones that are out there, it's because it's chrome plated brass. Mine's stainless steel, but the pump pusher ones by Leonidas, chrome plated brass, and it's there's a lot of wear, there's a lot of pitting and a lot of wear.
I've had a Lejour, and I think there's some talk of that also. The Lejour being
Lejour made them.
made
Tradition,
them, and was
Titus.
it the same company? Was it exactly the same thing? And the Lejour was very unusual.
Because Lejour is back.
Oh, now, yeah.
I don't know if it's the same ownership or whatever, but they're
Probably not,
selling new watches again.
So this was a very interesting variant. It was a twin register, because I like twin register.
Yep.
And the Carrera, I would love the sort of panda black on silver or silver on silver.
Was the Lejour panda?
The Lejour it wasn't a panda, it was silver on silver.
Silver on silver, okay.
And it had numerals, which was quite unusual.
Oh, that is.
And you would think that there was a risk of it being a Franken watch, but it wasn't. I mean, I actually did get a pretty authentic source
Oh, okay.
on a website. And then I've had another Carrera, which has been not a cushion case, but what's it called? A tonneau case or tonneau? I don't know how you pronounce it. Tonneau case.
I think tonneau, yeah.
Which was a white against blue background. That was also like gorgeous.
Oh, wait a minute. You mean the cushion case 70s style? Not,
Yes.
Okay, that's not tonneau.
Not tonneau.
Tonneau is more ovular.
Yeah. So it's a cushion case.
Yeah.
But with that, what would happen is, and that was a nice vintage watch as well. Like, if I didn't damage it or anything, but I remember getting out of my car once and it just bumped slightly, and I was like, oh, did it get damaged? So that's the worry. But the Carreras are just beautiful, and I like the name Carrera. It's got a beautiful sound to it.
It is cool, and they've got a lot of reissues. Those reissues, the modern ones, are really quite nice, especially since they left the word tag off the dial. For some reason, that logo variant is not as appealing as just the regular Heuer version, and I don't have a logical reason why.
No, and I get it. I mean, it just
why it's this.
Well, I think it's
them, so it's their company. They can do whatever they want with their logo.
Association with tag also. What happened is I was reading that
didn't they make military?
Yeah, so they were arms dealers or they were arms manufacturers, right? And something group, right? But the other thing is that when Tag took over, they had this incredible legacy of like absolutely gorgeous designed watches that they were inheriting, right?
Yeah.
And they just decided, like how in the same way, probably in the 70s, people thought that plastic was cooler than wood or something. So they just decided that they were going to focus on like, avant-garde designs, right?
Yep.
And then they came up with like just in my view, the most hideous designs. And then you have this incredible kind of archive. The average Carrera in the present, the Tag average Carrera, right? They just don't. The reissues are beautiful, like in this,
Yeah, it's because they're, borrowing on the designs of their heritage.
Just that clean, gorgeous design.
Well, I got to say, Ro, that's a pretty good 4-watch collection, and thank you for sharing it, brother. So we will catch you in the next one. Hope you're doing well, and enjoy your day wherever you are in this wonderful, fabulous hobby of ours. Peace.
Peace.